of the law were read to the people. And they mourned as they thought of times past. And they looked at their present condition. And when they heard about all of the good stuff that they used to have, all of the good fellowship they used to have, it caused them to mourn and weep. But aren't you glad that God don't just leave us in a weeping and mourning state? Oh yeah, he let them know that you're not supposed to be crying and mourning about yesteryears. Because God that was there then, he's here today. And all we got to do is get back in position. God don't change. Amen, but we change. Amen, we get out of place. But God is still sitting on the throne. And despite the condition of Jerusalem, at the moment Nehemiah saw reason to celebrate. And I tell you, I don't care how bad people act up inside of the church, we still got reason to celebrate. Amen. I tell you, even if the choir refused to sing, I still got reason to celebrate. They come telling me, Pastor, the choir, they didn't show up for rehearsal the other day. I said, why y'all tripping? The word's still going to get preached. Isn't that right? Pastor, nobody showed up for choir and they panicking. Hey, don't trip, the word's still going to get preached. Jesus went out preaching and teaching. I ain't heard nothing about him saying, hey, y'all, I'm going to give you a word after the choir sang. In fact, Jesus was preaching and teaching and didn't have no choir. And yet lives was being changed. And one of the problems I think we have in our church is that we got too much entertainment in the church and not enough Jesus going out. Because I know Jesus still got power. He still want to open up blind eyes and unstop deaf ears. But the problem is, folks can't see Jesus in the church. Because we got too many people that want to perform. But the church is not a place for us to put on a performance. The church is a house of worship. And I wish one day somebody would teach a class on the difference between performing and worship. Look, you can perform and it won't be worship. Because we understand what the scripture says, that God is a spirit. And we must worship him in spirit and in truth. Look, you can come in and perform a lie. Y'all remember old Manila, whatever their name was? They made a whole lot of money off lip singing. They wasn't singing nothing. Had somebody else's music playing and they just dancing and going on. And some of y'all was buying their record. You paid all that money for a lie and won't put 50 cents in the tithe box. And that's why the church celebrates us in spite of all of our shortcomings, in spite of all of our robbing God in worship and in giving. God keep on blessing. Oh, I wish I had a witness in here. We ought to thank God for grace and mercy, because if justice was served today, all of us would be laid out somewhere. But Nehemiah commanded the people to stop mourning. In other words, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop having what I call a pity party. Amen. Stop walking around with your head down, because there is much work to do. Much work to do. While you having a pity party, your next door neighbor is suffering. Why you worried about why you don't have what you have? Your neighbor is dying and on their way to a burning hell. Children out on the streets need to know that there is a better way to live. But you won't talk to them because you locked up in your house, tripping because you don't have what you want. But he told them, stop mourning. There's too much work to do. And it can only be done if we learn to to start crying about our past and learn to celebrate about our future. Can I get a witness? The time for mourning had passed. For you know the Bible says that weeping may endure for the night, but joy will come in the morning. The people complied, and then in verse 11 it notes that they made mirth, or they really began to celebrate. They shed tears of joy for the journey thus far. And then, right, they began to celebrate their victory that was yet to come. We ought to thank God for the preacher. Nehemiah had to let them know that we don't have to be worried about yesterday, because God was with us yesterday, and he's with us today, and he will be with us forevermore. And that's why we really celebrate. Amen. And so, my brothers and my sisters, I told you I wasn't going to keep you long. Pastor Rodney, I really thank God for you, for allowing me to share in this service. But I got to reading through my notes, and I done got happy all by myself, because I don't believe that you really excited about the church. Oh yeah, I learned that the drug addict can get excited when he make his way to the drug house. Oh Lord, but it's something about us. We don't get excited when it's time to come to the Lord's house. Ain't God all right? The children can get excited about going to Chuck E. Cheese, but we can't get excited for coming to the house of prayer. Can I get a witness? I really don't know about you, but one thing I know, I'm glad that the church is still doing well. Can I get a witness? There have been some places that I used to go to, and every now and then I get in the car and I ride by and I see they no longer in business. Can I get a witness? And I'm here to tell you, I stopped going to the bar room. Ain't going all right. But I discovered I spent time in the dance hall, and I thought I was having a good time. But I discovered that the dance hall would change his name and change his music. Ain't God all right? But the God I serve, he's still the same. Can I get a witness? I don't know about you, but I'm glad that he saved my soul. And I'm glad that one Sunday morning he got into my life. Can I get a witness? Is there anybody in here that's glad right now that you're not the same that you used to be? Is there anybody in here know the church is all we have? Can I get a witness? I don't know about you, but I made up in my mind that I'm going to stay in the church house. Ain't God all right? Because I heard him say, I'm coming back again, and I'm coming back for a church without a spot or a wrinkle. Can I get a witness? And I'm here to tell you, I'm going to hang right there. Let the deacons leave. This old boy going to stay right there. Let the choir sit down. I'm going to stay right there. Let them hold my paycheck. I'm going to keep on preaching. Can I get a witness? Because we celebrated not because we've been in this building, but we celebrate because a long time ago this world was in a bad way. Can I get a witness? And God, he began to look around and he realized all these great men. You know, Moses was a good man, but Moses had sin on him. Ain't God all right? Joshua was a good man, but Joshua had sin on him. Job was a righteous man, but Job had sin on him. Can I get a witness? Ezekiel was a pretty good prophet, but he had sin on him. The Lord said, look here, I got to find somebody that can go pay man's bond. Ain't God all right? He looked around, couldn't find nobody. Jeremiah, you can't go. You didn't quit on me one time before. And Jeremiah, I can't trust the souls in your hand. Jeremiah couldn't do it. And y'all know Noah got drunk. And a drunk man can't do nothing with the Lord. Ain't God all right? But I'm here to tell you, I'm so glad that God said, I'm going to have to go down and pay man's bond. Ain't he all right? He wrapped himself up in flesh and come down to 42 generations. Got off in Bethlehem, born through the Virgin Mary. Can I get a witness? Went around doing good, but folks still tried to kill him. And I'm just telling you right here, the church it will stand the test of time. Can I get a witness? All you gotta do is stay behind the cross and let Jesus be seen. I declare you lift him up. He's got a way of taking your finances and he will multiply them. Can I get a witness? And I want to tell you what Jesus did. And then I'm going to my seat. I got to be around here for a few more days. I don't want to burn myself out. But you know what he did? Oh, Robinson, he died. Oh, he died. Y'all know they nailed him to the cross. And let me share something with you. Y'all really don't know. Jesus had 77 holes in his body for a rest like you and me. If you don't believe me, they put a crown of thorns around his brow. There were 72 holes of blood running down his face. They put another nail in one hand. Y'all do the math. That's 73. They put another nail in the other hand. That was 74. They put another in his feet. That's 2 holes. That's 76. They speared him in his side. That's 77. And I don't know about you, but 7 is God's complete number. And God was so pleased that Jesus finished his work. He gave him 2 sevens. Ain't God all right? They put him in a broad tomb. And early, I don't know what time. The Bible didn't say, but it just said early on the 3rd day morning, he got out the grave and declared that all power is in his hands. And that's what I want to tell you, Ronnie, hang in there. God will take care of you. New life is 2 years now, but don't celebrate you, but lift up the Savior, lift him up, lift him up, won't he, make a way out of no way. I'm here to tell you, I'm so happy now. Y'all don't mind if I celebrate a little bit. Hadn't he been good? Hadn't he been good? Has he been good? So good. Been so good. I'm here to tell you, I'm glad. I'm so glad. I know I've been born again. My daddy used to take me to church. Ain't God all right? My neighbors used to make fun of me, sister. They said, look at that old church boy. Every Sunday morning, Daddy threw me in the back of that wagon, and we rode off to church. But here I am, some years later, still going. The old boy that was laughing at me, he's still locked up in prison for committing a homicide. And I'm here to tell you, don't let